All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome. I want to apologize a little bit in advance for my throat being the way that it is. I'm having a little bit of an early throat issue this time of year. You know, if you've been listening to me for any length of time at all, you know I have issues with sinus and ear, nose, and throat issues. It basically makes me being a radio, a microphone guy, a host, just absolutely horrible for the listeners. So I apologize in advance. And I do want to say a big thank you. Thank you to Alva for giving us the idea for the lighthouse. Just absolutely amazing what he did there. Kate and I were talking about it last night. And we've got a little thing that we're going to continue playing with. Here's the newest addition to our to the beginning of the show. Oh, amazing. Look at that. What do you think of that? We're gonna be playing with that and seeing what else we can do. We're gonna be making an intro here again real soon. Everybody seemed to like the intro on the old program, so we're gonna try to make a program intro here for us. And we're going to attempt to get the program intro down to about maybe a 5 or 10 minute, or I always do that. 5 or 10 minutes. It's going to be 10 minutes of intro. Down to about a 5, 10, 15 second intro. What we're going to probably start doing is, so there's no issue with lateness or whatnot, as a lot of people do with lives, is start the music right at 9 o'clock, whether we're coming on right at 9 or maybe a little before, let people get in and get going. And then when we get ready to go live, we'll start the intro and get right into it. It is the big Tuesday night show, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we've dealt with the dealt with Labor Day this week, so things have been a little out of whack all week because of the fact that Labor Day is upon us. So or was upon us. So we're dealing with that, but we are here. It is Tuesday. It's felt like Monday all day. I was able to get quite a bit of work done. And actually I enjoy doing the shows, and I love everything everything that we do with all of the shows coming in and doing the work. I love every bit of it. But I can absolutely say every now and then I'm like excited for the show to be over so I can get some other work done that will be important for the show. And tonight is one of those nights. I'm glad that we're here, and I'm glad that we're doing what we need to do, and we're going to have a great show. But I'm excited for the show to be over so we can get some other work done. And all it is making things better, making the program more enjoyable for you all. So we're going to have a good show. We do have one brief little change in tonight's lineup. Last night, of course, we were doing the commentary on what was happening with the video that Civic Duty had put up. We were doing the video that was talking about we were talking about Galligan and Bob McCoy, and former Chief Jon Reed wanted to be on the program, and I felt that it was important to do the program in order, and I wish we would have taken him last night and just put him on. Unfortunately, he is not able to join us tonight, but we will get with him coming up here because I feel it's very important. He was mentioned in all of that chaos and craziness, and he was mentioned in a very personal and derogatory way. So I feel as though I have like an obligation to allow him to have
I was talking to Jon.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he's just trying to let all this shit go.
Okay. Well,
part of his personal healing process. Last night he was fired up, and today he's like,
well,
breathe deep and don't. Yeah.
That might
maybe later he'll want to, but right now he says it's healing. So
I'm fine with that too, and because that's, and I'm glad you told me that.
Oh no, if Jon can tag a 20-year-old bully for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, wow, he's a single man. Like what,
it was the bullshit before that.
Yeah, sure.
It's just uncalled
absolutely
for,
it's
rude,
completely
and
uncalled
extremely
for,
personal, and just disgusting.
Sure. Absolutely out of line.
I said he's working on letting it go. So
yep, I'm all for that. Josh and Jon and Josh spoke, and so that's a thing. I'm okay with that, and they're cool. And we're obviously here, so I don't see an issue. Why did Josh take Lou's phone inside? Were they together that day filming? Yeah. So one thing that you guys are not aware of that I didn't mention last night, and we're going to move past all this myself because I basically said everything I needed to say about it last night, but I do want to make sure what was going on there. So they had been at City Hall. Josh and Lewis were up at City Hall, and they were talking to the police outside. They were talking to Barnes another officer who was out there, and Josh and Lewis were there, and Bob McCoy had pulled into the lot, and when he walked in, Lewis followed him in. Well, when that happened, Josh and Barn Dollar proceeded to stay outside and talk for another 15 or so minutes. At the end of that, when Barn Dollar said, well, I got to go inside and do some work or whatever he was doing, Josh proceeded to stay out there and wait for Lewis to see kind of like, hey, what the hell's this about? What's going on? What were you guys talking about? And it started to rain, and Lewis had his phone out on the ledge out there that's in front of the door, and it was raining and it was kind of starting to storm. So Josh said, well, I'm not going to wait around any longer. I'm leaving, and I don't want to just leave his phone out here. So Josh picked up Lewis's phone and took it inside and set it on the drug reclaim box and said, hey, here's your phone. I'm out of here. And so Josh then left. And so that's what that was. Josh did the right thing. It's something I would have done, for whatever. There's no reason to let the phone sit out there and get wet. Now my question is, what I would have wondered is, was Lewis out here recording me when he left his phone? Why would he have left his phone out here and walked away from it? Now I'm always going to think things like that, because that's what Lewis has bought. Lewis has bought himself a ticket to distrust land in the Bilbrey mine. And so that's where he goes. The other thing there with that, and the last thing, the very last thing I'm going to say on this is, I've had a lot of people reaching out to me today. Thousands, as Lewis said, I've got thousands of phone calls. I've got some phone calls today and people reaching out and asking various things about this. And the one thing that is an absolute commonality between all of these phone calls is literally everybody has either started or finished, or started and finished, saying, why are any of these idiots talking to one another? Who are these people? Why are they doing this? Why does Bob give Lewis the time of day after what Lewis said about him? Mr. Bilbrey did not allude to anything heinous, anything dirty, anything wrong. Mr. Bilbrey did none of that. Mr. Bilbrey was simply asking questions. Okay? And so that's very, very strange. The other thing is, after you think about that, all right, why is Bob giving Lewis the time of day? Why is Lewis giving Bob the time of day? Lewis said Bob did all of this stuff. Lewis said, he was never going to be the same with Bob, and he was trying to make sure that he didn't win the mayor's office and win re-election, and he wanted to bring him down, and yada, yada, yada. But now Lewis is giving him the time of the day, and the same thing I'll say is, I really hope one of these days Josh cuts Lewis short, because, I think Josh will be better off without Lewis. A lot of people messaged me today and said, and I want to first give a big shout out. Josh pulled off an amazing thing today. Josh and his crew did a soup kitchen type of a thing, feeding those that are in need, feeding anybody, feeding the community is what it was, because it didn't have to be you didn't have to be poor, you didn't have to be hungry. If you wanted to stop down for some talking, some fellowship, and for just hanging around. They were welcoming everybody. And Josh pulled off an amazing thing. I feel like he kind of thought he was flying by the seat of his pants. I kind of think maybe everybody else thought that he was flying by the seat of his pants. I think he was flying by the seat of his pants. I think maybe next time and the time after that, and the time after that will be better, will be easier, will be different. And, what he did was amazing. I have heard from multiple sources that said that I've not had a chance to talk to Josh yet, but I've heard that Josh and his crew fed probably around 30 people. And you know what Josh said leading up to this was he had two fears. His fear number one that was that 2 people would show up, and his fear number 2 was that 200 people would show up and they wouldn't have enough food. And so he fed about 30 people today, and that's amazing. I mean, Josh and his people were doing some good stuff. So I want to give a great, big shout out to Josh for that. I apologize that I wasn't there and wasn't able to be a part of that, but maybe I will be in the future. And like I said, Josh and I aren't partners here in the YouTube world on our programs anymore. But I still care about what he's doing when he's doing good in the world. I want the best for him. Now I'll tell you, I probably wouldn't have wanted to have anything to do with it with Lewis. So, that's going to be something that I'm going to have to watch for going forward. I don't want to have anything to do with him. I think that people like that are scary, because, someone's liable to make something up. And when they make something up like that, who knows where that goes from. So, I'm not going to have Lewis in my life, and that's all the better for it. I'm all the better for it. I imagine he's all the better for not having me around in his life either. It's not like we were around in each other's life to begin with. We're not even in the same sphere of operation. So it is what it is. That's just the bottom line. All right. So, well, Jon was scheduled to be on tonight. So it seems like he's trying to take a little bit better path, and I'm definitely with him there. So I'm always happy that someone's trying to better heal themselves. Should have grabbed him last night. That was a loss on my part, but the show went well, and we did what we wanted to do. We're going to be talking about a couple different things this evening. There's definitely a few things that I want to cover from a couple different areas. We're going to be talking about Muncie and the Delaware County area for quite a bit. I've got some stuff to talk about from the world of politics in Muncie and Delaware County. And then we're going to be talking about an update on the ACLU lawsuit that's going on in Henry County. So we've got some things going on that everyone might be interested in. Give me 1 second here. Share it around here the right way. Okay. What is going on here? That's the right way. Okay, good. I was kind of freaking out there for a second. I thought we'd mess something up. So, okay. Let's do this. And okay, so now first we're going to move into talk about Muncie here. I've got a couple things that I want to bring up, and that basically is we're going to be looking at the other night we were able to talk about the mayor's fancy date night. We talked about it while it was in progress. And now, today, we want to look at it from the point of view of this event being over. The city of Muncie is now into this week, and we should be hearing from the mayor tomorrow in a community update. I would assume that we will have a community update tomorrow. We've not had a community update from the mayor in, well, nearly 5 days. So we should hear from him tomorrow. He normally does those on Wednesday mornings, Tuesday or Wednesdays. So maybe sometimes Fridays. So we should hear about everything that's going on tomorrow. And it's it's really going to be interesting to see what exactly it is that the mayor says is the big deal tomorrow. How much economic development does the mayor think that he brought in? What does he think that happened? What does he think that happened? I know, it's crazy to me. My throat is just killing me. You're just gonna have to stand by with me. But the oh no. Oh, I'm looking here at the picture. The edit money that was spent on this event, bringing Don McClain to town, and who knows how else, who knows what other, I don't know what all other artists were there. I'm sure there's somebody in the audience that can probably tell me who was there, but there were a couple things that were mentioned that I just wanted to clear up. A couple people were talking about the fact that the hotels were going to be all packed up because of this event, and this was going to be bringing a lot of people into Muncie eating. Well, more or less, we have seen the number of people that came from this. It was not anywhere near what I think what they initially thought. I don't think that this brought in the people that they thought that it would bring in, and I honestly just feel as though this was not the big event that they thought that it would be. Now, I don't know who thought that this would be a big event, because it was Don McClain. It was Don McClain. I don't understand. And I like the song, all right. It's not, it's called one of America's songbooks, big hits. I don't think it's anything like that. I could pick at least 50 others that I would put ahead of it. Probably 150 songs I'd put ahead of it. So it is what it is. I wouldn't pay $45 to go see it. I wouldn't. I'll put it to you this way. I didn't go see it for free. So, if that tells you anything, It wasn't something that I was like, yes, Don McLean, excellent. He's coming to Muncie, So as most of the listeners know, we called around to some of the bigger hotels in the Muncie area, and we asked if they were going to be booked that night or not. And most of the other hotels in the Muncie area said no. No, they were not booked. They had some of them had 5 rooms, some of them had 10 rooms, and so some of them had a couple here or there, whatever. The bottom line is $45,000. 3 months before the election, I think he finally bought that. He paid for it. I think he did that in June. So 6 months ahead of the election, the mayor drops $45,000 on a campaign stunt. Folks, can we afford 4 more years of this? Can the city of Muncie afford 4 more years? Yeah, buy 45,000. Yeah. So buy 45,000. Couldn't drive my Chevy anywhere because the car was out of gas. I just feel like I'm begging. I'm asking this. Please. If you're someone who is going to vote for Ridenhour, all right, you need to implore him to do one thing for you. I don't know what he's doing. I've not heard what his campaign promises are this time. Continuing on the path that they are, I don't know, because he didn't do any of the things that he promised last time. So hopefully he's not trying to sell people on a bunch of campaign promises, because he didn't do anything that he said he would do last time. We've got the six big promises here that he said that he would do. Improve communication, improve transparency, improve accountability, slow down government, improve relationships between the city and the county, put the best people in place. And folks, he's not done one of those things. No, he's not done one of those things. Not even attempted half of them. So when he's walking around and he's going door to door and he's talking to the people and he's asking for your vote, if you're somebody that will not be voting for Jeff Robinson, then I ask you to please beg the mayor, if you win, sir, please do not continue being the economic development director. Hire an economic development director. Fire the deputy mayor. Put a new deputy mayor in that is in charge of the economic development. Do something for the love of God. Besides, continue to call yourself the economic development director and continue to spend money wildly. Just completely crazy. I sure hope his eggs aren't in the City View basket. Oh, it's Ryan. Listen. We're still in the process of tracking down what's going on with all of all of these things. We've got a records request in. Now, while we're here and we're talking about economic development and we're talking about the money that the mayor is spending on crazy things, I am going to take this opportunity, because tomorrow's Wednesday. We're going to look at the city of Muncie. We're going to look at the controller's office. And we're going to see How much? If any bills are up, if any of the utilities are up for the YMCA. So bear with me 1 second as we get ready to pull this up. Weekly claims 9-1. Okay. Man, is that from last week? They still don't have the claims up for tomorrow? Oh, I don't know. Let me see here. If this is worth a damn, I'll show it to you. I'm just trying to get through it real quick in case it's not. If it's not, we won't. Well, no, I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys see this because it's good for you guys to see it in case there's something weird. So we'll look at this together. Stand by. Here's the claims. What did you glitch on, Eric? Here we go. Point. Okay. Nothing on center point. Comcast. I think this is the one that we looked at the other day. Let me continue looking here. Okay, Indian American Water. Nothing there.
This is last week's, son.
It is, yeah. So, okay, well, there is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing for this week's. So I wonder why. Let me go here and look real quick. Why? That's weird. Yeah, I don't understand. They don't have it up. I mean, I know that we had the holiday Monday, but I don't think that this is any excuse. Do it this way. Look at the weekly claims. Nothing there. There's nothing different. Let me go here and look. And there is nothing different there. Okay, so we have nothing to look at. We'll know tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Board of Works, so we'll know. I'm going to try to go to the Board of Works tomorrow. And if they don't talk about these claims, I will ask. So we will know. So that's there. But the Board of Works meeting will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. So if they don't pay him tomorrow, then honestly, the last time they could be No, that would be up. I mean, we should have taken possession of this. So we should be paying on this. So I don't really know what's going on. It's not like I'm asking for it. I don't want to be paying on it, but we'll have to see. Time will tell. The other thing I want to say about the city of Muncie is talking about the mailroom situation last week. And I know that we've talked about this several times, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse about this either. But I've got to be honest, man. I'm hearing that there are people on the city council that's like literally attempting to talk with the mayor to talk about his secretary's attitude and the way that she handles citizens in Muncie. I've talked to Ridenhour about it, and he acts like he just does not hear, does not care. Maybe he doesn't hear and he doesn't care. I don't know. I don't understand fully why he would continue allowing her to be the way that he is. But, he's letting her continue to be the way she is. It's really disheartening. Like I've always said, my biggest issue with her is the fact that when someone is on the city's Facebook page, oh no, I don't even consider her educated. I consider her to be extremely uneducated. That's the reason she is like she is. An educated person would use the opportunity. Let's say John Doe gets on the city's Facebook page and asks a question. What time does such and such happen? Shireen, in her position as the gatekeeper to the mayor, should be representing the mayor anytime she's on social media, specifically if she is answering a question on the city's official Facebook page. If someone gets on and is talking and has wrong information, she shouldn't get on and say, no, you're wrong. She should get on and say, I'm sorry, but I think that you might have some information that's not quite right. Here, let me help you. And then she should offer the right information. But she doesn't ever do that. What she does is she tells you you're wrong. Then she tells you why you're wrong. And why you're wrong is because you hate Muncie and you dislike the mayor and you're a piece of garbage. Then she goes away. And if someone pushes back against her, she'll fight on and off all day. Or her husband will come into the fray. Or her friends will come into the fray. And then she will not only tell you why you're wrong, but then she will berate you for being wrong. And it's such a missed opportunity for her to be able to use her position to paint the city in a good light. Eric, that could be a thought. But I don't think she's accomplished what she's attempted to accomplish. I think almost in this situation, as Kate has just answered, her piss poor attitude almost reflects so poorly in the situation that it makes not only her look bad, but it makes the city it makes everybody look bad. I found out today, and this kind of brings us into my next topic. I found out today that she is an admin on a new social media page on Facebook. I want to share this. So this says, it's a post by Troy Tackett, a wannabe computer politico here in Muncie. Meet your admin team: Shireen Wegley, Lisa Crow Goodpaster, and Troy Tackett. Now that is a team that gives me confidence. I feel like we here at the Political Spotlight should attempt to steal some of these people away. Here's their page. It's called The Political Project Uncensored, and it's got all of 72 members. Uncensored, The Political Project. Now, I made a post earlier, and I told people, oh, yes, Audie, absolutely I do. I want everybody to go here and visit this. This is one of the best satirical political pages I've ever seen. Like, this is pure political satire, but it doesn't mean to be. Like, they think they're real. So I'm just telling people, if you want a good political laugh, you'll go here and you'll check this out. Kate's putting it over there in the comments, the link. But I want to show you some of what you'll see on this page. Look at this. Troy shares Indiana Republican Party. Mayor Dan Ridenour has served as a transformational leader for Muncie, cleaning up the mistakes of the past while plotting a course to attract new investment to the city. Click below to read our quick Q&A and take action to support his candidacy. I like the word plotting. He definitely is plotting. But plotting to do what? I'm not really sure. So I thought that was interesting. That's a really interesting word, plotting. Okay. I want you guys to look at this. This is the kind of shit that you'll see on this page. This is from Lindsay Corey Bory Fink. And now this is another Politico here. A luncheon was held the other day for the Muncie homecoming festivities this week. The keynote speaker was highlighting several of the awesome and amazing ways that Mayor Ridenour has made Muncie a better city. It was very apparent that Jeff Robinson was agitated at the keynote speaker and got up and walked out. Wait a minute. How was it very apparent? What went on, Miss Fink, that made it very apparent that he was upset and that he decided to walk out? Like, I need you to explain that. You didn't put anything here that made that seem like that's a true statement. What made it apparent to you? Was he shaking his head? Was he gritting his teeth? What made it apparent? This poor representation goes to show that Jeff is not appreciative of all the wonderful things that the mayor has done for our city. I truly believe that Jeff is only in it for Jeff and not in it for the betterment of our city. Okay? Well, thank God she tagged Jeff in that. They don't always do that, but she did. And Jeff responded. And I think Jeff's response is interesting. Troy says, absolutely agree. Jeff Robinson says, that is simply not true. I had a meeting for my day job at 1 p.m. and I needed to leave a little early, 12:45 p.m. I am fortunate that my day job provides flexibility to attend events like this, but I have to make it a priority to earn a living. And there were literally people that put a laughing face on that. Why would you put a laughing face on that? Does he not have to make money to be able to eat, to pay his bills, to live like the rest of us? It's amazing to me. Troy Tackett says, well, of course. Now, he didn't say, well, of course, like in a common sense frame of mind. He says it like, yep, just one more excuse. But, like, that is a pretty good reason for having to get up. Lindsay fires back. God. Jeff Robinson, a response I would expect from a politician like you. You conveniently have a response to everything that makes you look bad. The fact is, Jeff, you're not as dedicated to the city of Muncie as you would like people to think. And then she doesn't give any reasons to back her response up. But it's comical because her guy doesn't even offer responses for what makes him look bad. Yes.
I was just going to say that I find it interesting that the page has been up for 3 months and they only have 73 members.
Yeah.
I find that telling when the whole page is a kiss Dan's butt thing, it looks like.
Yeah.
The other thing that I find interesting and confusing is their cover picture.
Yeah.
Which has both the Republican and the Democrat symbols on it.
Yeah.
But it seems like the whole page is just Democrat bashing and praising Dan and slamming anyone that is not one of us,
Yeah. There's a question.
It's a bit disturbing and confusing.
Yeah. It really is. It was a homecoming luncheon, and the keynote speaker was highlighting Dan, but she's going to say Jeff is only in it for Jeff. Yeah, right. Like, why was anybody highlighting Dan? I mean, Dan's not originally from Muncie. So it's funky. But this is a situation where I believe that Troy, Lindsay, Corey, Bori Fink, and the rest of them need to see this. Hey, friend, there's something you should know. Politicians don't love you, and you shouldn't love them. It's weird and embarrassing. Kristopher H. Bilbrey. I just really want, this is my favorite thing of all time. I'm going to get business cards made up like this, I think. And on the other side, it'll say like the political spotlight. I love this thing. I'm obsessed with this little meme thing I made here. It's so true. Now, I saw that Admiral Eric was talking about the Hatch Act. I don't know. I think it was, I don't know if it was a Friday or Saturday. I know that sometimes Jeff has to work on Saturdays, so it could have very well been a Saturday. I'm not sure what or when Lindsay works for the city. Someone told me that she was gone. I'm not really sure if she works for the city anymore or not. But as has been the case from day one, your statement was correct. There are definitely concerns on when these people, meaning Ridenhour and his team, are campaigning or not. It's very, very concerning. Very concerning. Stumblefoot says, at least I point Jeff's progressive beliefs out to throw at him. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with someone pointing something out, but someone literally hating Jeff because they just simply love Oh, this will be interesting. Yeah, there's the Dan Addicts. That's the other side. Isn't homecoming a celebration for the black community? Nothing like praising a white dude that's not from Muncie during an event meaning to highlight people of color coming home to Muncie. You know, how far outside of the scope of what you're dealing with. You've got a homecoming for the people of color in the city of Muncie, and you're highlighting the amazing things that someone that's not a person of color and is not from Muncie is doing. Good God. Okay. Now, yeah, you're right. You're right, Stumblefoot. That's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I just think that this page is just amazing. Completely amazing. That's not all though. That then takes us into our next little situation. See, here I posted, this is definitely a page to check out. It's a satirical look at local politics. It's a hoot. Give it a look. Okay. Oops, we'll come back to that. Next, we'll come back to that too. All of that. We'll come back to all of that. Okay. Next. I want to make sure I'm showing you the right information. Okay, here we are. I want to show you a post that I saw. And this brings us to our next and our last topic for Muncie before we go to Henry County. I saw this post on there, and this is just from today. Troy says, okay, so here's how this story goes. I love when he writes stories like this. Remember, Troy's the one that spread around the situation about Jeff eating a bag of marijuana gummies and couldn't get home, and the police got called and everybody got called. And I was like, Troy, where's the records? If that's true, where are the records of this? You know, if what you're saying happened in Fort Wayne, there's going to be all kinds of records, and there was none. And I looked. So it didn't happen. It was a lie. And that's the difference between their page and what they do there and what I do here. What they do there is do whatever they can to attempt to keep their buddy Dan in place. For what reason, I don't know. But here is the story. Okay, here's how this story goes. You have Rose Selvey. She is a city councilor, taking credit and claims that this article was written by her, which in fact is complete. This complete article was written by Lisa at the Recovery Cafe. So Roe asked Lisa, can she submit the article to the Star Press for praise on her part and to boost her election bid? I'm sure Roe didn't say that. That's stupid. After many people doubted me as to whom wrote the article, I went to the sources and called Lisa at Recovery Cafe, and she confirmed that she indeed had wrote this article, and Roe requested to use it, so she let her. I then contacted Deanna Watson from the Journal and Courier, and that's in Lafayette. And she investigated this, and investigated what? You make this seem like it's a federal case. And found out that Lisa had wrote this article, but let Rose Selvey submit it for some odd reason. Below, you will see an email from Deanna Watson to myself, giving me her findings from Lisa at the Recovery Cafe. The first pick is the original Star Press post. The second pick is the redacted Star Press post, with both leading voters to believe Rose Selvey had written this article. And the third pick is the answer from editor of the Journal and Courier in Lafayette, whom also ran the article. So if Rose Selvey wants people to assume she is involved with an organization, then why use an article written by someone else? Now, I don't even know what this is, but I want you to follow this. Okay? Here's the Star Press article. It says, Recovery Cafes, Muncie hosting annual fundraiser September 7th. Deanna Watson, Lafayette Journal Courier. The Star Press recently received the following from Rose Selvey, Muncie City Councilor at Large. Okay, there's this. It's here that is, okay? Here's Rose's picture. Here's the Star Press. Okay. Article you published on 9/3/23 about Recovery Cafe in Muncie, Indiana. Lisa said that Recovery Cafe gave permission to Rose Selvey to submit the piece with her attribution. They were aware she was doing so and gave her their support. Thanks, Deanna. Okay. This is insane. I want to try to find the actual article. It was up forever. Okay, right here it is. Give me a second. I'm going to share this. Sorry for my voice. Sorry for my throat. Guys, we're going to try to work through it. I'm going to power through this, and then we're going to be done. And I'm going to rest my voice and try to be 100% tomorrow. For all of you that have been here since the beginning days, since 2016, you know how it is. You've been through me with many horrible, horrible nights of this instrument of mine breaking down. Okay. Recovery Cafe is a safe place for people to find nourishment, love, connection, recovery right here in downtown Muncie. They are open for all people, including those experiencing substance use disorder, mental illness, poverty, homelessness, loneliness, trauma, whatever it is that's preventing them from being their best true self. They truly meet people where they are at, but wrap them in love and resources needed to not stay there. When a community member enters the cafe, they are treated with love and respect, regardless of their current struggles or past mistakes made. They are welcomed into the cafe and treated as a human being who's worthy of love. They are given a free hot meal, which is generously provided by the Soup Kitchen of Muncie during the week and often through the community donations on the weekend. After a community meal together where everyone discusses the glimpses of gratitude in their lives, guests are often invited to join in. There are a lot of games, activities, and events. There's a lot of fun, but there's also an earnestness to the reason this place exists. People are struggling and they need each other. Connection is cultivated at Recovery Cafe, Muncie, and this connection is often the catalyst for change in people's lives. The connection is created through community meals, peer support circles, school for recovery classes, pro-social events, and peer recovery coaching. Through all those services, which are all provided at no cost to the participant, they become part of something bigger, part of the cafe family, and they begin to take ownership of the cafe in their lives. This ownership is harnessed into roles within the cafe. Members become member leaders and take on roles and responsibility in the cafe. This elevation and recognition empowers members to believe they are capable, productive, reliable, trustworthy. This benefits the cafe, but it also benefits the community, our community. People are relearning their worth, and this is translating to capable, productive, reliable, trustworthy community members. Many of the members of Recovery Cafe Muncie are maintaining their recovery, and this is having a ripple effect in our community. Law enforcement doesn't need to arrest them. The hospital doesn't need to detox them. Family members don't need to worry, and business owners are gaining employees. Not only are the members of the RCM getting their lives back, but Muncie community is getting its community members back. Lisa Rosen, the executive director of the RCM, says the most beautiful thing about Recovery Cafe Muncie is witnessing members' evolution. From a person who could not sit still in a circle for 3 minutes, evolved into a peer recovery coach who's facilitating the circle. From a person who couldn't stay out of jail, evolved a peer recovery coach who is volunteering at the courthouse to pray with people. The people here are amazing, and we get to witness them discover that. Okay? Recovery Muncie relies on donations provided these services to our community. They are hosting their second annual fundraiser on September 7th at 9 a.m. at Ivy Tech Fisher Building. To donate or register, visit the givebutter.com RCM 2023 breakfast. To learn more about the cafe, visit recoveryofmuncie.org. Now, I am going to check, all right? I'm going to check, and I'm going to try. Check this right now. It is very possible that Lisa Rosen's only part of the article is this, and that all of the rest of this is Rose Selby's article. If Lisa Rosen wrote the article, why would Lisa Rosen quote herself? I'm trying to find out right now. The point here is just completely insane. That the woman that you see on the screen is a long time Republican member of the local party. We're going to find out right here. Stand by. Both people wrote the article. Okay? Stand by. That's exactly what I thought. Give me 1 second, and we're gonna have the final. We're gonna have the final fact right here. This is real life happening, breaking right as we're talking. Stand by. We're getting as we're here, we're getting information. Stand by. So, Counselor Selvey and Lisa Rosen worked on this as a joint issue. I just don't understand why all of the sudden they are doing whatever they can to go after Roe. Roe is and has been a long time member of the Republican Party. I don't understand why all of a sudden they're now doing whatever they can to attack her and to eat her. Audie says it's all because Roe stopped Dan from renaming parks and ball diamonds and other places. And what he means by that is after Dan pushed forward changing the name of a ball diamond, everybody and their brother was upset about it. And Rose Selvey did the work of a real council person, and she sought to put an ordinance in place that would stop the mayor from just willy-nilly naming something. And ever since then, they have been able to they've had an issue with her. The point of the matter is exactly what I said a year and a half ago, and that is the fact that the Republican Party is disintegrating from the inside out. They're eating themselves. I'm trying to find that out, Jackie. I can tell you this. Whether or not she's an actual board member or not, I know that she's heavily involved. I know that her and Lisa Rosen have been friends for a long time and have helped each other out. And I know that Lisa obviously knew, Roe being a city council person, Lisa knew that Roe could get exposure for this. the bottom line is this is a good thing for the city of Muncie, and they are doing whatever they can to push this off of Recovery Cafe and make this about some Roe plagiarizing or whatever. Roe didn't plagiarize anything. I just don't understand the whole point of why they're going after Roe. And the fact that the higher up Republicans are allowing this to happen, because Troy Tackett's not a Republican. They're going after Roe so Mr. Muncie gets elected to do the... Absolutely. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The city council at-large race is going to be the race to watch. The at-large race is going to be broke down. Basically, they got rid of Troy Ingram, so Troy Ingram's out. Okay, the at-large counselors in the city of Muncie right now are Rose Selvey, Aaron Clark, and Troy Ingram. They got rid of Troy, so Roe and Aaron are running. Those are your two Republicans. Okay. Then we have on the Democrat side, we have Audie Barber, we have Billy Mack, and we have Holly Yip. Okay. And then as a libertarian, we have Steve Smith. So for the city council at large race, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people running across 3 parties. And citizens can pick any of these 3 people. Roe also voted for Brandon Murphy instead of Don McClellan, which irritated Ed Carroll to no end. Absolutely. But Ed Carroll was already pissed at Roe by that point. Ed had already been trying to push Roe into running in District 3, which is just absolutely stupid. She had no business running in District 3. She's in the at-large position. She should run in the at-large position. Roe did the right thing. They would not have done that had Roe been a man. Ed Carroll thought that he could bully her around, and I'm glad that Roe did the right thing. And so now, why are there 7 people? Who's the other Republican running? Oh, you're right. You're right, because of, I always forget about him, Mr. Muncie. Dale Basham. You're right. There's 7 people. So that's going to be funky. So you've got Roe, Aaron Clark, and Dale Basham, Audie, Billy Mack, Holly Yipe, and Steve Smith. So I am going to be offering all 7 of these people a chance to interview here very soon. And we're going to hear what these people have to say. And it's going to be interesting. And then afterwards, I'm going to tell you where I fall. Now, you guys already know where I fall because I've talked to you about this. But we're going to be fair through the candidate interviews and allow them to come on here and talk to everyone. And then I'm going to let you know where I fall on it. But I'm telling you, we're seeing the crumbling of the Republican Party. And just because I haven't talked about it in a while, just because I haven't talked about it. Sorry. Just because I haven't talked about it in a while doesn't mean we're not aware that the family isn't facing some issues and we're not dealing with a Piper problem. So we definitely understand this. And as this party goes on, I don't know what's going on there. Sorry. So we will be dealing with this as we get closer to the race. Now, there is another thing that has interestingly cropped up tonight. And I also think that the clerk tonight had this to say, and this is the Republican clerk. Keep this in mind. Oh, let me try to share it. That'll be better. You guys can see this. And I don't really know what we're getting at with this. This is going to be really interesting. Good luck getting most Republicans. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll poll a number of them. It'll be interesting to see. I will, I'll just let them know how it'll be. I'll just trash whoever doesn't want to come on. And they can be like, well, that's not very good, but this is the way I look at it. If you're not willing to communicate during the campaign process, then you don't deserve to be anything. You can go back and live in the private sector, but you have no business being an elected official. So if you can't come on and talk to me for 45 minutes to people online in the city that you're running in, then to hell with you. Okay, this is the Delaware County clerk. Heading into the budget hearings for Delaware County tomorrow, this one might be worth watching. Political power brokers at their best. I have never been more disappointed in members of my own political party going along with small group wielding power given to them by the legislature and taking away from the majority of the county employees. I have spent the last few years trying to give back the many gifts I have been given from this community, but sadly, I see the addiction of power and greed will probably win this one. Republican Rick Spangler, again, says, heading into the budget hearings for Delaware County tomorrow, this one might be worth watching. Political power brokers at their best. I have never been more disappointed in members of my own political party going along with a small group wielding power given to them by the legislature and taking away from the majority of county employees. I have spent the last few years trying to give back the many gifts I have been given from this community, but sadly, I see that the addiction of power and greed will probably win this one. So, what is this? What is he talking about? And why now are we seeing someone who had been on the outside of the party and then was on the inside of the party and became a big member in the party, now saying, oh no, I'm disappointed? Did these people not listen to Kristopher Bilbrey for the last 8 years? I feel like I can't even comprehend what these people are talking about. That then also brings us to the fact that tomorrow is the start of, or it was today. Today was. Hold on a second. Let me go on here and look. Delaware County.
I know you don't feel good, so the brain's not functioning. It was today, dear.
Well, if it was, they didn't live stream anything. So I know that I got a message from a viewer earlier that sent a message to me saying, due to unforeseen circumstances, video streaming and recording was not available for today's commissioners meeting. No, it couldn't have been today because there was a commissioners meeting today. So the message was from the Delaware County government message page. So yeah, there couldn't have been a they couldn't have done the meetings today. Delaware County, Indiana government. Let's go on the page here and look. Yeah, there's nothing there. So okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on there, because I know that Ryan did say the page that they started today. So we'll have to look into that. I'm assuming they start tomorrow. And Rick Spangler's post was from today when he says when they start tomorrow. So it'll be interesting. But again, what it is it's the party eating itself. So we will check up on that. And as soon as we find out what's going on with the budget meetings, I will have information for you on that. All right. The last thing that we're going to talk about tonight, folks, is the fact that that last topic is where I got the title for tonight's episode, obviously. The title for tonight's episode is Persona Non Grata. And it's just so interesting to me that in such a short time that Roe has become persona non grata, and it blows my mind. For those of you that may not know what that is, that just means the unwanted person, the stigma, and it blows my mind. So that's that. All right, here's the September 6th schedule. Oh, let me go and get Jackie's message here. That, because that is important. Where did you post that at, Jackie? Oh, I need to update. Sorry. Come on. Load already, damn it. Troy Tackett, are you here, you dirty bastard? He must be. I can't find Jackie, I can't find where your where you posted that. Trying to actually click on it. Give me a second here, folks. The brain's working slow. The computer's working slow. About time for bedtime. Got one more topic here, and then we will be through it. Come on, damn it. Can you send that? Can you message that to me, Jackie? Because I am not able to get that pulled up. Well, while she's doing that, if she's doing that, if you can message that to me. I know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, thank you, ma'am. While she's doing that, I want to bring up this Henry County deal. I guess it was in the newspaper today. The update. Oh God! Did you guys see that? Could you guys see that? Thank God you couldn't see that. Oh, good Lord. Okay. I'm trying to see. Thank God you couldn't see what I was just sending. That would have been bad. Okay. Well, while we're waiting on Miss Fisher to send me that message, we'll go ahead and get into the Henry County stuff. So Henry County today had a newspaper article, and this is the newspaper article that was on their page. It says sheriff requests jury trial in ACLU lawsuit. I just cannot, for the love of God, believe this dude. I mean, where did they get this cat? Henry County Sheriff John Sproles wants a jury trial to decide whether or not his actions on social media violate the First Amendment protections. In July, the American Civil Liberties Union's ACLU filed a lawsuit in United States Southern District of Indiana after Sproles deleted a Facebook comment and blocked a commenter. Okay. Travis Week will not say my name. Travis Week knows that I could run circles around him doing his job, that I would not bow down to any political figure. Travis Week knows that he is barely a middle school newspaper. He's more or less the monthly or the weekly newsletter for the sheriff and for other random elected officials. He is not a journalist. He tries to be an opinion commentator, and he sucks at that too. Travis Week is a loser. But he's so afraid to give any kind of mention because it's that bothersome that gets to him. You figure that the news guy would report the news, but he doesn't want to do that because he's afraid to send anybody looking in this direction. It's comical. Star Press does the same thing. The ACLU claimed this is a violation of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, arguing that Facebook page in question was Sproul's official Henry County Sheriff's page and a public forum. And it is, and it was. Sproul's is arguing that the Facebook page was a continuation of his original 2022 Sproul's for Sheriff campaign page, updated to include new information after he won the election. And it's not an official government social media page. No, because I changed it after the lawsuit. He thinks that's going to mean something to someone. He says it's not subject to the First Amendment lawsuit. Then on the second page, on page 3A, it says, according to the original complaint filed on July 20th, podcaster Kristopher Bilbrey commented on a video Sproul's had posted to the page. Kristopher Bilbrey commented on his own video that Sproul's had stole and posted on Sproul's page. He commented on a video that Sproul's had posted to the page, complaining that Sproul's had reposted a video excerpt Bilbrey had recorded without permission and out of context. Sproul's deleted Bilbrey's comment and blocked him from the page. He doesn't mention that Facebook deleted the video because Sproul's committed intellectual property theft. The ACLU lawsuit is asking the federal court to make Sproul's unblock Bilbrey and any others who have been blocked from the Facebook page. The suit also asks the court for nominal damages, court costs, and attorney's fees. Sproul's filed a motion on July 31st demanding a jury trial on all the issues and claims raised by Bilbrey and the ACLU. No court date had been given as scheduled Monday. According to the Henry County Commissioners, the official Henry County Sheriff's page is, ta-da, right here. However, the commissioners cannot determine what the elected Henry County Sheriff will use or not use as his official page. Okay? They just can't do it. They just can't do it. It's nice of them to try, but they can't do it. Sproul's could decide to call his page Happy Land, the Sproul's Hour, and whatever. He can use whatever page he wants. He is the elected officer, the elected official, the office holder. I also have it under authority that Sproul's continues to decline attorneys that his insurance company is providing him with. He continues to have problem after problem after problem with them. Why do you think that is? Because they're saying, you screwed up. We just need to get out from underneath this. Unblock him. Let's go. Now, I want to be very clear. Okay? I'm going to say something that an attorney told me long ago not to say. An attorney told me, he said, I don't ever want to hear you say this again, but I'm going to say it because I've got to say it. It is not about the money. I hate the thought of lawsuits. I am not a litigious person. I would never have sued the Winchester Police Department if someone very high up in government told me that they would be disappointed in me if I did not at least speak to an attorney. So that's how that started. I was in that lawsuit for 2 years. I got out of it, and I was like, that's the last lawsuit I will ever be in my life. It was nuts. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of energy. It was crazy. It took my focus off of things that I needed to be doing. I did not like it. And then 2 months later, I found myself in some other bullshit. And for the love of God, I could not believe it. And had it not been for other people connected to me, I don't know what I would have done. But at the end of the day, monetary value is the only way that you punish these fools. So I get it. But there are literally people running around backing Sproles saying, he's just trying to get money anyway. I'm doing just fine. You all heard what Louis Galligan said. 5 videos, $10,000, whatever. Ain't no big deal. I don't do this for money. Ain't none of us do this for money. This is not a money thing. As long as I'm not asking you to pay my bills, then it don't matter what's going on in my life. I'm doing just fine in my life. It's not a thing. Money is not a thing like that. I did not put the money in this. I said I am suing Sproles, and I want Sproles to be sued for compliance. I want him to remove the block on everyone else. I want him to remove the block on Diane and everyone else. The ACLU said to me, we have found that if we do not attach a dollar figure in here, what they will do is they will let us go for a while. They will just unblock you, or they will delete social media altogether, and they'll just have us dismiss the case. And then nothing stops them from doing something stupid a year down the road. So he said, he had to talk me into it. I said, okay, we'll do it. So we put a nominal fee and a nominal amount of money in there. Now it's nothing. It's close to nothing. I'm not going to tell you what it is currently. You can dig and find it. But it's screw it. He put in $1,000. It could be more. It could be less. It'll probably be less. What will happen money-wise is they'll get enough to cover their attorney's fees. I'm not getting rich off of Henry County's backs. I'm not trying to hurt the taxpayers of Henry County. I want them to unblock the people of Henry County. That's what this is about. It's about the right thing. It's about the commissioners and the council members stepping on Sproles' neck and saying, cut the shit out. We have no right or no say over you, but we can make your life hard. We can strip you of your budget. Oh, you don't like the fact that you're not getting 10 cars this year? You like that you're getting 4? Well, next year you get 0. So this is not about money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's about whatever's going to wake him the hell up. And if he wants to do this song and dance in front of a jury, I couldn't be any happier. I don't want to settle with him. I want to go all the way to the jury. because I'm going to get him up there, and we're going to be having the you can't handle the truth type of a moment. Somebody asked, maybe is he doing this because he believes that the ACLU won't take it to trial? And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. My attorney contacted me the other day and said, we can do one of two things. We can file this paperwork, do X, Y, and Z, and get him to do blah, 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 blah. And that's the easy way. Or we can go the hard way and we can do blah, 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 blah. And then we're going to be in it to win it. We're in it for the long haul at that point. We can do A, and that'll be the easy shortcut way, and X, Y, and Z will happen. Or we can do B, and that'll be the long cut, and then we're in it to win it. And I said, which do you... I thought he was going to say he would prefer to do A. And my attorney is quickly becoming a very good friend of mine. And he said, I'll be honest with you. He said, I want you to do B. And I smiled and said, God, I love you. Rock and roll. So, no, we are in it to win it. We're going to do it all the way. Jury trial, he's on board. ACLU's right on board. Sproles, because you're doing what's wrong, you're not going to win. He's doing it because he can't admit he was wrong. That's right. That's exactly right. His ego is going to cost Henry County a lot of money. Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah. A lot of money in defending this shit. We don't even know what's coming out of the Fed's investigation into the shooting. What's coming because of the bus event. What's coming because... I think he has I think that Roger Humphreys, that police officer, has an absolute hardcore case against him. And I'm telling you right now, anybody that has some kind of case in Henry County, specifically against the government, specifically against John Sproles, contact me and I will send you to the man that you need to talk to. His name is Mark Nicholson. Sometimes Mark's in here watching. Sometimes he's not. His sister's in here watching right now. Night, Audie. His sister's right here. Mary Nicholson. Mark is a badass. Absolutely a badass. Yeah, Eric, that's hilarious. We're going to have Mark on here coming up really soon. And we're going to have him on here, and we're going to go over his story, because Mark has a story himself that is a hell of a story. Matter of fact, stand by 1 second. I'm going to show you a picture that should just about tease you guys into wanting to drive me crazy about scheduling him, because this guy has a story that is going to blow y'all's mind. Stand by here real quick. We're going to have him on here soon. Mary says he's pretty cool, I guess. Here he is. The man on the left holding up the number and date card in front of the height chart for the police before going to prison is Mark Nicholson. And the man on the right is attorney Mark Nicholson. This dude has a badass story. It is a very it's just an amazing story, and he's written a book, and I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try and get a couple copies of the book and get him to sign them, and then when we have him on, I'm gonna do some kind of a contest, and we're gonna send those books out to the winners. This guy is awesome. Just comes from a good family. He's got a great sister. His sister Mary's in the comments. She's awesome, and definitely count her as a good friend of mine. And I'm really happy that I'm getting to know Mark. So we're gonna have this guy on soon. And yes, Eric, absolutely, the Nicholson Nugget Show, absolutely. He has a YouTube page on YouTube. Matter of fact, I will send you guys over there if you would be so inclined. I've told you guys to go over there before. Let me go over here and get this done. Just put it down there. Right here.
That is in law enforcement, someone that has basically a license to kill, seems very unprofessional.
Look at this. Look who he's talking about here.
Mark Nicholson, from the law office of Mark Nicholson. Now, a Henry County sheriff shoots an inmate. It was on July 6th. The Henry County sheriff, John Sproul, shot an inmate with numerous bean bag rounds. The inmate's name was Marquette Antoine Neal. So apparently the guards subdued him with what they call less than lethal force.
If you're interested in hearing this, please go to his page is called it's just Mark Nicholson. His at sign is at Mark Nicholson 3257. 3257. He has 60 subscribers right now. He's got about 242 videos out. Go bump that subscriber count up for me if you would. Mark Nicholson 3257. So please don't let Sproul see the picture on the left. He will try to be. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Right, Mary. So yeah, go check him out. He's cool. I can't wait to have him on. We're gonna have him on. He's gonna be a guest. So that's gonna be that. But yeah. So in Henry County, Sproles is throwing a fit. I wanna have a jury. Wah. Bring it on, dude. Bring it on. I cannot wait. So, now also, while we've been talking, Jackie sent me that picture. Let me see what we got going on here.
It's up.
Okay. Ugh. All right, let me try to see what we're looking at here in a little bit clearer. Okay, Wednesday. So that's for tomorrow. So tomorrow's the start. Now I'm definitely getting pulled over, Mary says. So public hearing. Man, tomorrow's going to be, oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. I need to know what the clerk is talking about. Ooh. 145, sheriff, jail. Yeah, lit. That's going to be crazy. Look, political spotlights on there. Oh, I can't wait to listen to Sproles testify. Good God. He'll just go and go and go and go and go. Is there a page 2? Weirdness. Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. Got to get that Cumbridge in. I'd hate to not fund the Cumbridge. Clerk, elections board, clerk. Yeah, right. That's a 515. I'm gonna need to know what that is. Okay. Courts. Oh yeah, that'll be a big deal. 6:30, 7:15. All right, this is gonna live stream. I better live stream tomorrow. We'll be watching it. Tomorrow's gonna be a busy day, folks. So, also, God, I gotta get better. Petition the judge. Hey, Stumblefoot, I promise you, it'll be the ACLU, I will definitely get my attorney to do that, and we will do it weeks in advance so we can put in arguments and have it decided. I will definitely do that. So I will definitely do that. I also want to say we have a programming announcement for tomorrow evening. Tomorrow, man, listen, I want you guys to do me a favor tomorrow, okay? I'm going to get rested up, and I'm going to be 100% tomorrow. You guys need to eat your Wheaties, pack a good extra strong lunch, get a great big dinner, maybe take a little nappy nap in before 9 o'clock, because we're going to have a hell of a show tomorrow. We're going to have about the first hour we're going to do with Ashley Grogg, 45 minutes, an hour. And then we're going to have, tomorrow will have to be a strong, well, today's been 2 hours. Tomorrow will be a strong 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because we're going to have to talk about Ashley, but then we're going to have to get in everything dealing with the county's shit and anything else that happens. Muncie will have their Board of Works, claims, and I've got one little thing I'm trying to work on, so we'll let you guys know. All right, folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching the show. Remember, tune in tomorrow, our interview with Ashley Grogg. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Jackie, for helping with that tonight. Thank you very much. Of course, Kate was down on the duck doing her work as usual, talking to all of the people that she talks to down there in the duck. Remember, hot toddy. Oh, God. Tonight's postscript. Remember, when you're supposed to be working on the absolute biggest and best podcast in all of the world, and you're working on 2 devices, Don't be talking to everybody in the world. Just be doing your job. Oh, God, we all love you, Kate. Good night, folks. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow if Kate doesn't kill me. Goodbye.